Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking a look at a Simic list, but it's going to look a little bit different. We're going to go heavy on the creatures and use the blue kind of for backup to give us a few extra options. But this should be a pretty good run, so let's hop into what we're playing with today. We're starting with a couple of Phantom Interference, and this probably isn't the counter you would expect this deck to play, but it is cheap, which is nice, so we can sometimes play creatures and leave mana up for it, but also it can make us an extra creature. When we're being aggressive, why not? Now, we are going to be playing some 3 steps ahead, because that's kind of the premier counter these days, but also being able to copy some of our stuff could be important. We do have some hard-hitting questions for some removal, and we're going a little bit different here. We're going to be playing some Armored Scrap Gorger, partially because we have some stuff that cares about crimes in this target's graveyards, so we're going to see how this works out. Going to be playing some Bristly Bill as well, because we are going to be doing some +1/+1 counter shenanigans. Speaking of which, we actually have Sharp-Eyed Rookie in here, and this works out because we have some much larger creatures we're going to be trying to play later, which is also why the Scrap Gorger's in here. But one of those other spells we're going to be playing is Archdruid's Charm, and we're probably going to use all 3 parts of this throughout this video, I imagine, because all of them are good in here. And then the stuff we were talking about with crimes, we do have the Free Strider Lookout, which will hopefully at least get 1 or 2 triggers every time it comes out. That way we'll be able to ramp up to what we want later. And if we get some of those deserts, we'll be able to play the Colossal Rattleworms at haste speed, which is nice. With haste speed, at flash speed, which is nice, because this actually allows us to play around some sweepers if we need to. Railway Brawler is obviously good. Y'all have seen it in other decks. Doubles up power on things. We're going to go ahead and play a Bonnie Paw just because we have the mana, so why not? Like, no other good reason, but if we are getting to draw more cards and play more lands, it's not going to hurt us. But if you don't have a Bonnie Paw and you want to go to an extra Vaultborn Tyrant, that's probably reasonable, even though it costs 1 more mana, probably worth it. But to help facilitate some of this, we're also going to be playing Goldvein Hydra, because if we're ramping up and we have the mana, this is a great finisher. If not, it gives us the treasure so we can play those other big things. And as we've been doing, and we're going to be leading up to Bloomburrow with this, this is a rotation-ready deck, so if you want something that's rotation-proof, this is something you can build, and know that all your cards are still going to be standard legal. I also have a playlist that's got, by the time you watch us, I think 12 different decks, and we're going to get this over probably 20 from the looks of things before Bloomburrow goes live, so you may want to check out that playlist and see all the different decks you have options of going into the new set. But you can also download these. And with this deck as well, it'll be over on Moxfield, a channel sponsor. You can check that out if you want to play it yourself or just see all the other deck lists we have available. For now, though, let's go see if the blue really does help out the green. Okay, this will have to do. I mean, I guess we have a black backup Bristly Bill if it dies, which isn't the worst thing. A little tough because we're probably not going to be able to play this Archdruid's Charm on time if we need it, but that's mostly okay, I suppose. We at least have hard-hitting question if we have to fight something. Oh, so there's green, white, and black mana. Interesting. I guess Bill's just going to die here? Yeah, that makes sense. Both these are going to be tapped either way, huh? Well, I guess we just go here for now. I mean, they might just be playing a bunch of kill spells. I don't know. Well, there's some type of control pile. This is almost the right answer, but not quite. We needed blue mana sooner. Why do I feel like this is just going to be a Wandering Emperor here? Like, just get rid of our Bristly Bill. I mean, if it is, it is. We can't do anything about it. It'd just be sad. Okay, well, that's at least a tap land, so it's not that. Okay, that gives us a little bit of flexibility here. Not doing much else, but, you know. Wow, they didn't even want to block, so I wonder if they need to sacrifice that for something. That's a very peculiar spot to not block. High noon. High noon. How do we feel about a high noon? This is weird, because, like, if I had another green, I wouldn't care that much. But Lee, I mean, making them pay 2 doesn't do anything because they have the mana. I'm going to go ahead and counter it because I feel like this just leads to more problems for us. I don't love it. And now if they can kill Bill, like, situations there, just dies. Alright. Now, I could have also just waited and then just killed that the next turn, which would have been very possible. Or try to kill it on their turn, which would have been a thing. So, could just be a wasted opportunity. Or spell, I should say. But here, I assume they'll try a sweeper, and then we can do this for the whole thing, actually, and get both sides. If it's a Wandering Emperor, it's not as cool, but if it's like a Sunfall or something... Oh, that guy. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Wild, though. Did not expect that to be the card they were going to cast. I'd be lying to you to say otherwise. Yeah, put the counter there, I guess. And then that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not enough. Alright. Alright, opponent's at 4. So even if they have a sweeper, we can attack with the land for lethal now. Oh, well. We do have a flyer. I guess that works. Attack, give this plus whatever. So that makes it into a 4. Is there anything else we need to do? Not really. I could just use this too, I guess. I actually have multiple ways. I can just double the counters on it. Like, I don't know. There's a bunch of options. Alright, either way, we got there. I just realized opponent was about to have a 6 set of back-to-back turns. They were going to play O'Hare Talk into Gruff Triplets. That would have been kind of gross if they would have hit that. Like, credit to the opponent. They hit all their mana. I just got lucky and had the counters there. Otherwise, that would have got out of hand serious. Yeah, this is more than fine. I think we put Scrap Gorger out there first as the sacrificial lamb. But then we are faced with a little bit of a question, because leaving up 3 steps ahead is kind of smart. But if we were to not die next turn, having Brawler into hard-hitting question is kind of massive. Because the other option is we'd then be able to play Bill, play a land, have a 3/3, target that. Like, that's something. Alright, I'm going to do this and just leave up 3 steps ahead here. There's also a weird world, like if we just don't die, then I can copy the Scrap Gorger and then play Brawler anyway in hard-hitting question. Like, that could be a thing. Alright, we're blocking. I mean, if you're going to rage up or something, here we go. Alright, let's counter that. Alright, we're at 10, so not the worst thing here. Let's go Bill, play a land, Bill gets juiced. Kill that. End the turn. Alright, 2 live cards, 1 live card. Okay, alright. I mean, not spectacular, but it's something. And the opponent doesn't want to put anything at risk here, so that's good for us. I should have removed something from their yard there. We will make this larger. And then just play this straight up. Pass the turn. All right, and now we'll even be able to make a 4/4 blocker for the Phoenix Chick at some point here. Sure, you got it. Hopefully that's not something deadly for us. It is not. So that's good for us. Unless they just want to give something up here. Sure. Gotta love stabilizing against mono red. It's not over yet, but I think they're just debating, do they want to give up a creature here or not? Because they could get in for 4. Alright. Now we're getting to be in a pretty good situation here. I am going to put the counter on here. Pass the turn. Kamano faces Kakazan. Sure. I don't know if making them spend the mana really matters here. So yeah, you got it. I mean, I can always block and double counters on something as well, which is another option. Go ahead and make another Deuter. Alright. And we will block here, and here, and here. Actually, how much can I afford to take here, realistically? Because now I'm kind of wondering, do I want to just take a little damage and make sure I'm not getting hit with flyers on future turns? So I could do something like block like this, like this, like this, and here. That would still trample, so I would take 3 total, go to 5. But 5 feels like a safe number, and then I can just start doubling counters on things later. Though, I sort of feel like I'm going to do that. Then I should block like this. And that's smarter. So let's do that. Alright. And then I can put counters here and pass. Alright, you have a Swift Spear, friend. Opponent's just coming with it. Alright, don't blame them. I mean, that's a thing you can do. Double up our counters. And then I think we have a lethal attack next turn coming back the other way. Yep, that'll do it. Man, I played that game very sloppy in hindsight. Like, I could have used my spells in a much better way. And I missed activations on Scrap Gorger, which could have mattered, but ended up not mattering, I guess, in the end. All right, let's keep it. Oh, so many tap lands. I think I'm still going to run out the rookie here. Oh, why did I not play the Sanctum there? Dang it. Mostly because I probably am trying to protect Bristly Bill here. Alright, and they had the extra land to play. Alright, well that's not a lot of fun for us. Alright, let's go Bill. Here. Which, not playing that land last turn did make this worse for us a couple of ways, because I could have had just a tapped Restless Vinestalk here and had the same turn. Alright, they're ramping up to something. I don't know what something is, but I don't think I'm going to like it when it happens. Oh, it's probably like Doppelgang is what they're playing. Yeah, it's probably a Doppelgang deck. If I were guessing, that's what I would say it is. And I kind of am guessing, so here we go. in the turn. All right. Another one. You got it. Still had more mana on hand. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's a doppelgang deck now, where they're just gonna try to copy a bunch of their lands to kill us. Not a ton to do here, but we can do this. And still attack. Having a serious case of mana envy right now, I'll tell you that. Oh. So right now they can doppelgang for 2. Oh, Russia Dread. That's also not good for us, but okay. We can at least still win this. Alright. So we make this a 3. I mean a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 8. Yeah, alright, cool. Because this also grows the Sharp-Eyed Rookie. And then we can attack with all of it. Okay, definitely didn't see Russia Dread coming, but it makes sense at least. Yeah, we'll keep this. Drew a Bonnie Ball, which is kind of sweet. Like, this is one of those hands where Bonnie Ball is actually kind of cool because, like, if our stuff dies between now and then, we can play a Hydra. Like, let's say they play Liliana. We Hydra into the Liliana. Oh, we're not even doing that at all. Okay. I'll say, then we'd be able to build up to a Bonnie Ball, but that's not the situation we're in, obviously. Oh, do I want to risk being able to kill a thing or not? Or counter a thing? I'm going to be greedy. And we'll just see how this goes. I will probably regret this decision. Because I feel like something sick is going to get played here, like Aclazotz or something. No, it actually wasn't. So we're going to sacrifice that to draw cards. It comes back again. All right, hey. If you need mana, like, you do what you got to do. I feel you. All right. I mean, Stomper will be online next turn as a 5/5. Like, that's not nothing. Okay, I need 2 mana for that. So I could play a 3 mana Hydra and still leave up a deal, but that doesn't do much here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do a 5/5 Hydra. Turn that into a 4/4. Then they sweep the board and maybe we play Bonnie Paul. I guess I'm going to gamble. Let's go all in. Like, what's the point otherwise, right? Alright, so they're going to kill the rookie. So we don't get to attack with that. So unfortunately, we didn't get everything we wanted, but that's okay. Vaultborn Tyrant. Yep, there you go. If I'd have kept my mana up, we'd have had an opportunity for something. Okay. I guess we're on the Bonnie Paul train. I don't know what I want to do here. Guess I'm going to pass. I feel like maybe they have another Vaultborn Tyrant. Yeah, this game I'm losing because I got greedy. Ugh, gross. Alright. Best I can do is just make them spend more for their stuff. Obviously, they can pay the other 2 here. Alright. And then, of course, they're sacrificing things, so they'll be able to grow their triplets. Like, we see the writing on the wall. And they don't want to put anything at risk here, which is interesting. I mean, we can attack with the little junky flyer. So, I mean, I guess that's the best we can do here. Is it even worth it to fight a Vault-Born Tyrant? I'm assuming not. I was going to say, don't tell me you're not playing anything. That's silly. I'll block with this duder, because why not? And take 6. Because this doesn't kill a triplets. Like, the plan a lot of times is for them to just run it in. Knowing that you'll kill it, then the others get to grow bigger. But I'm thinking they probably have ways to sacrifice stuff anyway. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how we even get out of this, but I don't know what that would even look like right now. Oh, because there was just another Vault-Born Tyrant. Well, of course. I need to be able to put a lot of counters on a flyer somehow. It's kind of the only way I'm getting out of this, right? Yeah, don't think we win from here. This is one where, yeah, just not going to cut it. All right, GG's. They got that one. Okay, we'll keep this and try to make something out of it. Gonna be a rough go, but we'll see. All right, let's start with this knucklehead. Oh, all right. Last time I saw this, it was like the ninjas type deck or whatever. So if that's what this is, this will be interesting. What are the odds we could draw a desert? Nope, they're just going to Fading Hope with nothing behind it. Okay, well, we'll replay this. And play a Vinestalk. Ginger Brute. That works. I cannot block your Ginger Brutes. Or your Flyer. And then this is where you make a Ninja. Alright. I think, and I've said this before when I run up against this deck, is that it feels like they end up just doing a lot that does nothing. Right? They spend all these resources to get kind of like these little bitty increments of advantage, which isn't bad in theory. But you end up like returning cards and trying to replay cards or whatever, and the minute somebody has just like a way to instant speed kill something or fight something, that usually just feels like that's the end of it. Or turns like this where like, okay, well now you have to pay for your Ginger Brute, and then like, hey, all right, you got it. I take 3. Looking for a land, I'm assuming. Hey, they found one. Look at that. I think we're just going to be back to the same thing. This time, probably put the counter on Bristly Bill. Sure. Like, this is the thing. Look how many cards they've played and what they've expended, and I'm still at 15. And I haven't really done anything. Like, this is why somebody had asked me to feature this deck, and I was just like, I cannot recommend it, y'all. Like, I can't bring myself to do it. Alright, now we do need a fight spell here, though. That is a real thing. Next turn, we could gain some life from the Vault-Born Tyrant. I guess I could have done this at a counter. That was bad sequencing. But yeah, let's do that. Pass a turn. You got it. try to play this. This will probably get countered now because they haven't had to do anything on the last couple turns. Unless they have another bounce spell. Nope. Alright, cool. We'll block this dude. Alright, we're at 7. Feels like a moderately safe 7. I'm going to put that here just in case something weird happens. Alright, we get to gain 3 life. And I'm going to go and attack with at least that. Leaving 2 blockers in case something random happens. You know, they turn this into a 5-4 or something and bounce a guy. I want to be able to block something. Or at least attempt to. Oh, there you go. The plus side is we have a lot of tramplers. So there's that. It's just, do they have a counter for our Gold Vein Hydra? Okay. I also want to consider the fact of, can we win without Gold Vein Hydra sticking? Right? If we only did gold, because this has to be power 4 or greater. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would only leave us 3 mana. We could play a 2-2 to block. That's 13. They can sack that for food is 14. Alright, I'm going to Hydra for 3. And leave us a backup plan. In case they have a bounce spell or something here in hand. I don't know that they do, but maybe. And then we can still counter something. We can make a 3-3 to block this. I think we're good still. Okay. Alright, cool. That worked. And I'll admit, this turn I played it a little bit cautious. I probably could have just went in, try to gain life, draw a card if I make it for 1 more. But I genuinely wanted the option of, like, if something weird happens, I could still... Like, I guess the other option is I could have just went for it and then just counter. If they try to do something, make them pay 2 more. And we probably were just as safe. Because I thought for some reason I was thinking they had 2 cards in hand, but they only had 1. Alright, let's keep it. Okay, we have plenty of lands, so that's good. I guess we just start here, right? Always feel like just let the parade of counters begin. Because that's what it feels like. Sure. Let's go Scrap Gorger. See if we can get a counter on our Sharp-Eyed Rookie and get an attack in. Hey, no Elspeth Smite. Lucky us. Temporary lockdown. You got it. Ooh. I think we want to go ahead and get this down so that we can at least set up future Rattle Worms on their turn. Oh, don't want to draw all those Bristly Bills. That's bad. Oh, so they had the removal anyway. Fair enough. End the turn. Alright. What kind of counter you playing? Oh, just no more lies. That's rough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we got to spin those counters somehow. Do I attack with the token and just let him kill the token? Yeah, probably. I say, because if they spend mana to do anything else, they're not killing the Hydras or whatever. Sure. Alright. Down to 15. Let's see. Can't be the target if opponent hasn't cast spells. Alright. Wish I would have been an untapped land. Been able to double up a Hydra would have been super sweet. Maybe I should have put a counter on Bill, because if they played something to kill Hydra here, then I'd be able to fight the Sphinx. Yeah, it's a little bit of a bad move on my part. But now I can fight the Sphinx anyway, so whatever. Big money, no whammies. Alright, they're just making blockers. That's a good sign for us, right? I mean, if they don't have a way to kill the Hydra, we just win here. Oh, yeah, we're good. Unless they've got a Fading Hope. Yeah, here we go. Attacking. Double up the counters. Got him. Ooh, that was a good one. Not gonna lie, that feels particularly good when you're getting to play against something that has Celestis and Wandering Emperor and the deck still holds up. Yeah, we kind of have to keep this, right? I mean, a little bit unfortunate we have to use the Luscious Oasis early. I guess we don't have to, if we're being really technical, but at some point I may end up wanting double blue and then I'd hate myself if I didn't play it. Oh, this will be interesting. Okay, well, I got a backup one anyway, so that's kind of nice. I think the question here is going to be, one, can we counter the key card when they go to play it? And do we hit something relevant when we ramp up? I don't know that we will, but this is also a matchup where if we can play bodies early, that does buy us a significant amount of time. Knight Errant, super annoying here, but 'tis what it is. Here's the problem, though. I think even if they had, I was gonna say, got the right things in hand, I think we can survive the turn. But we also kind of need them to, I don't know. They might go for a little extra here to load up the board, and then we can counter a Recruiter. But I don't know if that keeps us alive. We'll find out real quick. We also need 5 total mana to make the creature and block, and counter, I mean. Yeah, we'll just have to see how this turn plays out. Because this could also be a situation where they have double Recruiter or something, so we counter one, then the other one gets us. Alright, we're going to take at least 4 here, because we can't afford to block, unfortunately. Oh, that sucks. I was hoping they wouldn't be able to play both of the things they found, but they definitely can here, which is going to make it where we're going to really struggle next turn. Because even if we counter that, like, there's a lot of damage coming through. I mean, obviously you attack for 4 here. Yep. No blocks. Alright. So we do this to get a land to do what? Because we're just countering Recruiter. It's also interesting they didn't play Inspector, and I don't know why they didn't. Ah, boy. I kind of want to just play Merrick's here. In the event, for some reason, they don't play Imidane's Recruiter, we can flash us in and block one. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't think us ramping up here matters that much. And they might just draw a card or something here. Oh, well that's why. That makes sense. Okay, either way, I think we're still toast. Right? Like, we counter their thing and then we still take $1 billion. I mean, we'll do what we can. I'm still only blocking 2 things, so I might as well just do this and have another body. I mean, it's not particularly great, but still a thing. Sure. I mean, we're still going to take a minimum of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go to 2. Like, I mean, and that's chumping off a 4/4. Oh, that's all they're attacking with? Oh. Oh, they must have another one in hand. They're just going to go for it next turn. I would have just done it here, to be honest, and just leave us at sub 5 life. But, I mean, we die next turn anyway. I guess this is what we're blocking with? I guess I should have just double blocked one if I was going to do that, and then let them choose what to kill, actually. Yeah, that was lazy. I for real should have done that. Doesn't really matter which way we go here. Yeah, I think they got us either way. If I was a betting man here. Oh, gosh. I mean, I guess I make this a 5 so we have some quality block. I just really wish we would have had the Bristly Bill sooner, been able to jump like... But yeah, I definitely should have double blocked last turn. That was laziness on my part. I don't think it would have drastically changed things, but it could have mattered. Alright, well, we know there's not another recruiter here. There's at least that. Alright, that puts us to 9. Oh, gosh, yeah, I think we're still dead. They drew all the Voldaren Epicures. Wow. Tough. Yeah, if they would have just attacked us with everything last turn, we'd be dead this turn. Alright, we'll do what we can here. Make this bigger, I guess. All of this feels real bad. And partly because I just didn't double block last time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I go to 1. I mean, on the plus side, if there is a plus side, we don't die to the opponent drawing an Epicure. So there's that. I mean, does it matter? I mean, theoretically it matters. But I mean, they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. We're dead. They get this one. Yeah, let's keep this. It's not flashy by any stretch, but it might be just enough to get us where we want to go. Stone Brain. All right. Well, let's see if they can guess what we're doing. Thinking Stone Brain as a sorcery. Alright, I'm just going to put this over there and let them choose how to play their turn out. Oh, they missed a land. Alright, do you want to counter this? Or do you want to save your counter for a Railway Brawler? No attacks. End the turn. Now we can counter a sweeper, which is really what we're set up for. Well, alright. I mean, that's a win, but it's not terribly exciting. However, we would have still had a lot in hand here and been okay, because we get to counter something, search for a land, we get to play Brawler. Hard-hitting question probably would have been wasted unless they had, I don't know, Wandering Emperor or something. I'm kind of curious, so why they were playing Stonebrain and what they were worried about. I guess maybe after the game goes long and they counter some things, if there's something that's hard for them to kill, they just exile that, if I were guessing. But, don't know. Didn't get to find out. Alright, so as it turns out, the deck does do what we want it to do. I think there's something to note here. The first is there's an interesting card you could play in this list that doesn't get a lot of love, but Repulsive Mutation. I think there's a fair amount of time that if we played this, I don't know if maybe in place of the interference, but possibly, like, this could be pretty good, because it does put counters on a thing, so it can help with your tramplers and whatnot, but it also does counter a spell, potentially for more mana, because we almost always have something that's 3, 4, 5 power. This could make your opponent have to pay even more for just 2 mana before you even put anything else on the creature, which is pretty powerful. Don't know if we could find room for it or not, but if you don't own maybe 3 steps ahead or something, this is a reasonable replacement you could try out. It does have some actual uses, and it's a combat trick. Even if you don't have anything to counter, you could just put a bunch of counters on something to block, and that works too. The other thing to note is I think this deck actually has game against most of the things in the format, but I think you're going to be weak to the Boros tokens list unless you kind of hit your strong sequence of, right, like early blocker, you know, whether that's probably, like, really you almost want to hit early Sharp-Eyed Rookie because you can attack and block with it, obviously. You know, probably the Strider or Lookout, and then be able to get up to either Railway Brawler or Vaultborn Tyrant like ASAP. Preferably, you'd really want to hit Bonnie Paul and have 2 blockers, and, you know, then be able to start trying to trample over the top or something. But that's kind of the only way you're going to win those games, right? If they don't go that way, or they get the super fast start, especially if you're on the draw, you're just going to be struggling in that matchup, and I think that's okay. Like, that's just one you write off. Conversely, we're able to hang with the control decks, we're able to hang with the mid-rangey stuff. One thing that was a little bit odd is, like, instead of playing Archdruid's Charm, if you don't own these, you could just play a couple of Snakeskin Veil. I think that card's actually still really good, giving something hexproof, putting a ++1 counter on something on the cheap. Or, because we're going to ramp up a bit, you could also play Tyvar's Stand. I think either of those would be reasonable and still help the deck out doing largely what it's trying to do, but protect your creatures from some of the sweepers, you know, give you a little bit of extra oomph for your tramplers. So Tyvar's Stand really does make a lot of sense in here if you have those and don't have Archdruid's Charms. But otherwise, yeah, the deck actually played pretty well. It was a lot of fun. It played almost like a mid-rangey green ramp sort of deck, but we had a big top end with the Rattleworm, the Brawler, the Bonnie Paul, you know, Vaultborn Tyrant. We won games because of each of these cards for the most part. So yeah, I'm happy with it. But like I said, you could mix around the counters. I think there's some other options you can play there that are reasonable, uncommon replacements. And if you need to replace Archdruid's Charm, I think there's replacements for that as well, in the form of something like we said, like Tyvar's Stand or Snakeskin Veil. I think that'll help the deck out as well. So you not only can you play this, there are actually affordable replacements for some of the cards in here, so you don't have to spend too many wild cards trying to build it. But going down the list, we have 2 Phantom Interference, 3 Steps Ahead, 4 Hard-Hitting Question, 4 Scrap Gorger, 3 Bristly Bill, 3 Sharp-Eyed Rookie, 2 Archdruid's Charm, 4 Strider, 3 Colossal Rattleworm, 2 Railway Brawler, 1 Bonnie Paul, 2 Vaultborn Tyrant, 3 Goldvein Hydra, 3 Islands, 7 Forest, 4 Botanical Gardens, 4 Lush Oasis, 4 Restless Vinestalk, 2 Merrics, 1 Sandstorm Verge. And if you're wondering why the Verge is here, it does allow you to get a free crime every turn because you can make something not block, trigger your other stuff. And also, if they just have 1 blocker, they have 1 less blocker whenever you go to attack. But yeah, if you didn't see it and you're still looking for other green decks, we did play a Golgari list with Phyrexian Obliterators. So yep, it's a Fight Club list. And if you want to check it out, it actually was pretty strong and doesn't lose much in rotation. But don't forget, we do have a playlist here on YouTube with all of the rotation ready stuff if you want to check them out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.